We agree, Brian. But quite frankly, for anyone in the NBA, that is the challenge. Every game is different between team styles, the players you'll face. So how can you adjust? If things aren't going perfectly, how do you deal with failure? Remember, more than any other team sport, the NBA is a league where just one player can make a massive difference. From the franchise player
games. I know you can hone your skills in practice, but fans really only care about the results.
The kick out to Martin. They can't stop the run with that one. Here's Smith. That's in there. Rocking. All right, so let's say you're a big man that's playing with Al Horford. How would you guys approach it?
Well, defensively, I would be all
good. Miami trailing here. To the middle. Here's Hero. Got a hand on it. Here's Adebayo. The three, Love. And it's Smith with the rebound. And thinking of a big man that's sharing the front court with Blake Griffin, how do you make that work?
start working through the other. It's all about balance.
Now here's Love. Over Smith. And the Heat missed.
how to play it. He's a guy that he needs to be aware of at all times.
Tatum with the ball, and it's Love picking it up. Such a wide open look. Oladipo with it, covered by Smart. To the paint. Tries to snap the cold streak. Love misses.
He's a very strong finisher, guys. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power through the defense.
Tatum, that's good. Smith with it. He's against Love. And the Celtics getting another bucket right there.
And it's still so early in this game. It'll be interesting to watch how things develop and see whether we can keep up what's been a stellar performance so far.
And when you take a look at the Celtics unit,
oriented, unselfish players would be ideal, Blake. The Celtics have a deep roster and a free-flowing offense, so you got to be a team player to play with Boston.
It would be nice to see the difference in this offense with Love on the floor.
Smith with it. Martin's there. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
You want to see more effort there.
Here's Smith. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
For what's a routine shot, he looked a little...
Hey yo, what it do YouTube? It's your boy Alvin MB10 aka AMR10, and what I got for you today is some more NBA 2K23 Next Gen. Now hopefully at the front of this video I did manage to put some gameplay with this build because yeah, I put up a nice little Reddit poll and a bunch of people said they like to see gameplay before the build videos. So I tried and hey, let me know what you thought of it. But as you can see, what we have for you today happens to be the best Kevin Garnett build, aka the Big Ticket, most famously known for his uber athleticism and dunking capabilities. Now, the Kevin Garnett build we will be making is the Boston Celtics KG, aka number 5, which as most of you know, he was the starting power forward, right-handed, jersey number 5 for the Boston Celtics, a member of the Big Three with Ray Allen and Paul Pierce, and obviously Rajon Rondo being the 4th member, even though they didn't count him. These guys only managed to win 1 ring. Height-wise, he does come in at 6'11", build body weight, we're putting it down to 240, which is what he's registered at, and a wingspan of 7'2". Body shape-wise, I will be going compact just because if you look at him back in the day, he was built, but he was slightly kind of skinny, so it was kind of strange. Now, when we do make these builds, I want you guys to remember these are not meant to be the best 6'11" power forward, even though I put that in the title. These are meant to be player-based builds, meaning they're meant to be the closest thing to making these players you can in my career. Now, before we get into the skill breakdown, I do gotta say a special shout out to all of you. Thank you for all the support you've been showing to the channel. However, we need to keep going because we are on the road to 1,900 subscribers. So if you're new to the channel and you ain't done so yet, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well as turning post notifications on because that does help with it. Don't forget, if you like today's video and you want to see more content like this, hit that like button. Let's get to at least 30 because it does help with the YouTube algorithm. And lastly but not least, don't forget to drop a comment down below telling me what other builds you want to see, as well as any benefits or criticisms you see to this build and what you change about it. Now getting straight into the build, starting off with the physicals, decided to go with the 71 when it came to the speed. Excel wise, we decided to max out at a 67. Strength only up to a 65 because this won't be doing a whole lot of driving layups. Vertical, we put it up to a 70 because that's the bare minimum for pro contacts. And then obviously on the stamina side of things, put it all the way up to a 90 because this happens to be one of the most versatile big builds in that it's a lockdown in the paint and it dominates in the paint, and then has on the offensive side, and then also has the capability of spreading the floor with some great shooting. So on the close shot, put it up to a 75 because that's the bare minimum you need for silver, fearless finisher, as well as fast twitch. Put the driving layup up to a 70 because yes, sometimes we might find ourselves in situations where we can't bang it home, in which case we need to be able to lay up the ball. Plus this does give us an extra badge point. And then driving dunk wise, as we were going for the pro contacts, we went with an 85. And then we put the standing dunk all the way up to an 80 in order to get that silver rise up. And then obviously on the post control went with an 87. Key thinking here is, if you watch KG play way back when, I used to be fascinated by his ability to catch the ball in the high post and then really fade out of the post or shoot middies over defenders in the high post. Because back in the day, he was cold in Minnesota, but in Boston, he was one of the coldest floor spreading bigs I'd ever seen in my life. So as you can see, we do finish with 22 total finishing badges. I will put some snippets at the end of the video showing you all the badge breakdowns for the build and how I run them. I'm gonna just quickly go through the rest of the attributes. Mid-range wise, we put this all the way up to an 87 because we were trying to get that 4 extra badge count as well as getting that Hall of Fame guard up because, yeah, as I said, KG used to shoot it over defenders from deep. 3-ball, however, we put it up to a 62 because he wasn't the best 3-point shooter. He was rarely ever shooting threes. He was only shooting them in situations where he had to. And then free throw wise, we put it up to a 75 because he was a decent free throw shooter. Plus, a lot of you will be looking to take this build into the Pro-Am and the Rec, in which case you want to be able to knock down free throws, allowing us to get a grand total of 17 total shooting badges. And then when it comes to playmaking, I personally believe with big builds, there's no need to really go too hard on this. The main thing to go on is pass accuracy, which is why I went all the way up to a 78 because it does allow us to get that silver bailout as well as a total badge count of 10. Now, ball handle is up to a 43. However, you will notice we are able to get silver quick first step. This is due to the fact that we have an 87 when it comes to post control. And then when it comes to speed with ball, we left this alone because, as I said, this is a big build. You're not looking to be running past people one-on-one. You're more looking to catch the ball, get to your spots, and get your shots up. But yeah, now defensively is where the build really stands out because first off, on the interior, it's a lockdown. We decided to go with an 88 on the interior defense, allowing us to get that gold interior lockdown, as well as Hall of Fame hustler. I say hustler. The name of the badge now is workhorse. When it comes to perimeter defense, we left it at a 41 just because we aren't meant to be out of the perimeter too often as we are big. However, we did put the steal up to a 61 because we might find ourselves in situations where we can play passing lanes, in which case we want to be able to, you know, jump those, as well as this does allow us to get bronze glove because, as you can see on a big build, there's no requirement to get it at the base, but then obviously to get it at the higher tiers, you need a high steal rating. Now, when it comes to block, put this all the way up to a 93 because we were trying to get at least gold anchor on this build because it is a big build, in which case you will find yourself in the paint a lot, in which case you want to be the anchor of the defense. And then on the offensive rebound side of things, decided to go all the way up to an 86 because it allowed us to get that little extra badge point, as you can see. And then when it came to the defensive rebound, we put this all the way up to a 92 because it does allow us to get extra badge points, but also it allows us to get that gold pogo stake as well as silver rebound chaser combo. Now, as you can see, in total, we do finish with 27, 37, 54, 76 total badge points on this build, and including the plus what we get from my career, that's 80. And then I believe you get about 5 or 7 from having completed previous seasons. Not 5 or 7, you get about 5 badges from having completed previous seasons, in which case that puts you at about 85 total badge points on this here KG build. Now, when it comes to takeovers, the very first one I would go with, because of how I said he used to play, is post shot daggers, because as you can see, it gives you a larger boost to post hook, fade up and under, shimmy and hop shots, which KG was mastering back in his Boston days. And then for the secondary one, it's your choice. You could easily go with something along the lines of paint intimidation. Actually, yeah, you could go with paint intimidation to see the future, but thinking about it, we'll be going with paint intimidation just because with the high rebounding stats, there's no need to see the future because we will be able to crash the glass. And if you're big in this game, you're more often than not ready and know how to read rebounds, in which case, yeah, there's no need to run it. Now, the players it does say we do get in the shades up for this build happen to be none other than Elton Brand, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Evan Mobley. And the name of the build happens to be a two-way inside the arc scorer, which makes a whole lot of sense because, yeah, that's what KG was. Now, hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video, which if you did, don't forget to do me a favor, go and hit that like button. If you're new to the channel and you ain't done so yet, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well as turning post notifications on. And lastly but not least, don't forget to drop a comment telling me any other builds you want to see on the channel, as well as any other videos you want to see and any benefits or criticisms you have towards this build. But yeah, I'm gonna let the screenshots play out and show you how I would personally put the badges on this build as you saw in the gameplay ahead. I'll catch you in a bit. Deuces.